Today I'm going to show you how to cover your melasma. Now this will work for dark circles, this will work for melasma, it'll work for anything. It is basically a great way to just kind of cover that pesky melasma. Now a lot of people struggle with this because they say that they can't blend it correctly. Excuse me, I'm so thirsty. Or they can't get the concealer to cover correctly. So what I'm going to do today is show you how you can cover this melasma. Let's see here. Now, so what you're going to need here is kind of like a, I guess you would call this a buffer brush. It's a Morphe brush. It's M173, I think it is. It rubbed off because I've had it for such a long time. So you're going to want to get yourself a buffer brush similar to this because it is going to allow you to pack on what you need to pack on correctly. So make sure that you get a brush similar to this, okay? So when you hop on, make sure you say hi. My name is Crystal Spink if you're watching me for the first time. And we're doing how to cover melasma even if you're a beginner because this is so easy. So you see how I have orange under here, okay? So what that is symbolizing is the brownness that's going on underneath the melasma. Now, when you're covering a melasma, you can use any eyeshadow that is salmon based. I'm using this orangish tint. What that does is it cancel outs the color of the melasma. Now, as you see, I have a lot. I'm working on it, but you want to use a little bit of an orange shadow. That's going to help with the melasma, okay? I know a lot of people who struggle. I keep seeing like this piece of hair on my face or something. Okay, so I know a lot of people who struggle with melasma, so this is going to be a really great thing for you. So you're going to see I have two different types of concealers here. This is more of a salmon-based concealer, and this is more of an greenish olivey colored concealer. So when you think of that we put orange up here, when you go across from the color wheel, you are going to see that the canceled out color is, oh, you can see where I put the shadow on my finger. The color that would cancel it out, orange, is a yellowish greenish concealer, okay? And so that is what we're doing. So this is what the shadow looks like on my finger. It looks gross. Okay, so you don't need tons to start out with. I said I put some orangish shadow on to cancel out that melasma or dark circle underneath your eye that you may have. Across from the color wheel, from orange to cancel this out is going to be a yellowish greenish concealer. Now don't go out and get a green concealer. Get one that's like a yellowish greenish olive based, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take this buffer brush just like this, okay? And so you're going to see how I'm going to just take my brush, okay? And I'm just going to pat that along here, okay? And then I'm going to, just looking at my brush, sorry, I can't see very well today. And then I'm going to pat on top of that. And then I'm going to pat. All I'm doing is I'm going up. Okay? So I've just covered all that orange that was on my face. Okay? So we put the orange shadow on there to cancel out the brown, the brownish color that melasma has, right? And also if you have redness, okay? But again, across from the color wheel from orange to cancel it out is a yellowish greenish concealer. That's just exactly what I've put there. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it over here as well. You need just this little buffer brush. You can get it at Ulta for 10 bucks. It's just a little buffer brush, one of my favorite brushes. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to try to just cover it. Okay? So you're not going to see any of that melasma after I've applied it. Now, how do you keep this on, right? So I would put this on, if I had melasma, I would put this on before I put my foundation on, if I'm wearing foundation, okay? You don't have to wear foundation. But you wanna make sure that you're setting this concealer that you just put on, because you don't want it to move around or anything like that. So we're gonna take a little brush here and some translucent powder, okay? Because you, especially in the summertime, you want to use some translucent powder, okay? And you want to just pat that over the area that you covered. Now, you can see on my fingers, this was the shadow I put on. It was like an orangish base, okay? So everything has been covered. The orange is completely covered. You don't even see it, okay? Now, I would finish off by applying a setting spray, whatever it is that you use. This is going to ensure that it's going to stay on when you put your foundation on. So again, you just need an orangish shadow, similar to this, a salmon-based shadow that you can apply over the top of it, okay? You need yourself an olive green, yellowish looking concealer. Now again, don't go out and buy just a greenish concealer, because that's not going to cover it. You need like an olive greenish concealer. I didn't get down here, guys. You got to tell me these things, okay? And then, because if you look on the color wheel, yellow across is a yellowish green. If you look at purple, across from purple is going to be like a salmon-based concealer. That's how you know what color to cancel out from. So easy. And I always tell people, we make it so hard on ourselves when we're trying to cover things because we get so scared. If you know your basic color wheel, you know how to look for the different colors, okay? So this is a 50%, not a 50%, but this is a highly pigmented concealer. That's another reason why it covers so well. It's waterproof. It doesn't go anywhere. I mainly just wear this in the summertime. So love this. That is how you cover melasma. If you have any questions or need a step-by-step guide on what I just did, shoot me a message and I can get you that guide for free.